schedule.
Welcome to the St. Louis Park Rec Center and an exciting girls hockey non-conference action as the St. Louis Park Orioles host their guests from the east, the Woodbury Royals. I'm John Fromm, and along with John Basil, we're bringing you tonight's action. The Woodbury lineup has just been introduced, John, and why don't you go ahead and bring us up and talk a little bit about the Orioles starting lineup here.
It's Molly Arnston starting at center. Molly's been going from center to D, can play both very well, and has put a lot of points on the board throughout the season. And the last game, she had 4 points.
Yeah, absolutely.
Michaela's playing on wing. Michaela's a new addition to this team, a freshman, and on the left wing is Elena Basil.
Yep, and that's Michaela Jones-Clausen, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And then you got Sophia Nareen, one of our strong defense individuals, very strong on her stick, starting on D, along with Alyssa Meredith on D. And Alyssa's, this is her first year starting this year, and getting some ice time and getting an opportunity to develop back there.
And Peyton Staffney, of course, the yeoman who's done all the work in that as the senior goalie for the Orioles. We're going to step away for the anthem momentarily, and then make sure you stay put here. We'll be with you on Park 16. All right, we're back here at the Rec Center. John Fromm along with John Basil.
You there? Nope.
We have a little technical difficulties with John's microphone here, but I'm just going to talk here. Paul, just a little heads up, we're having a little difficulty with John's microphone here. As I mentioned, the Orioles hosting their guests from the east, the Woodbury Royals. Woodbury coming into the game with red light's off, actually. It doesn't come on at all. Huh. The Woodbury Royals on the season with a 4-7 record. They did play last night. They had a 4-2 loss in conference against Hastings. And for the Orioles, 0-6-1 on the season. They did have a great comeback on Saturday night in a 7-6 loss to Hutchinson. The Orioles trailed 4-0 after one, but a barrage of second and third period goals gave the Orioles a chance to win in the last few minutes as they gather there. For the Orioles, they're coached by third-year head coach Donnie Williams, of course. Donnie, longtime coach in the boys system as the goalie coach in the boys program. He's assisted by Jake Evers, Al Rabine, and Josh Swartout. And on the Woodbury side, Chris Lepper, who's been coaching for nearly 20 years. He's coached in the Minnesota Junior Hockey League, also at Rainy River Community College. Sartell boys head coach, coached at a couple other girls' places. Take a look at senior goaltender Peyton Staffney. To start things off for the Royals tonight, they're going to go with their second unit with Kayla Falconer, and she's centered by Amy Hasselrud, Shannon Motzko. And on defense for the Royals, number 15, Mandy McAlpine, who's trying to defend Elena Basil there. Elena will shoot things in to get things started, and Elena behind the net with some good pressure initially. Puck is pushed up the near wall here, and a nice hold by Alyssa Meredith as she does a nice job. Hasselrud does make a transition there and pushes the puck down to Staffney, and the Royals get a quick change already. So early on here, John Fromm along with John Basil will hopefully have John up pretty soon to be able to give some insight on the game. After the line change, the Royals commanding the puck out front, and a backhand shot put on beautifully that time by the Royals number 29 Anderson, and her shot was definitely handled perfectly by Staffney as she pushed it outside. And we got a momentary whistle at the 16:07 mark. If you just joined us, this is non-conference girls hockey as the St. Louis Park Orioles take on the Woodbury Royals. Paul Broden stepping up from the truck to take care of the technical difficulties. And John Basil, good to have you back on board.
Boy, I missed you, Frommer.
You were doing the Yeoman's
a
duty.
whole 58 seconds without being on the air with you. I missed you. It was a nice first shift for the Orioles and Woodbury. Kind of a little end-to-end action on both sides.
Yeah, nicely done. And Lauren Bruden-Bryant out there along with Anna Basil up front for the orange and black. The Orioles with their, I really like the orange uniforms this year as the puck is shot down behind the St. Louis Park net. Corralled on the side by Ashley Krinkle. Krinkle, number 11 for the Royals, putting on a little forecheck pressure. But the puck is taken away by the Orioles, and Natalie Vigel swing behind her net. Natalie goes down momentarily there, but is able to at least have enough strength. And Lauren Bruden-Bryant with a headman pass on the far side here, up the dasher board wall, and the Orioles are able to bang it in down low there. Oh, and the puck is rattled out front, and I believe that was, is that number 12, Alexis Baker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did a nice job of getting the puck to the net, and Leah went in hard just to make sure if there's any rebound there to give it an opportunity. So good pressure by this line.
Yeah, and this is Leah Schrank centering, I believe that's Catherine Evans along with Lexi Baker. Everybody kind of scrummed up in the middle like a rugby scrum out front. The Royals do win the battle and do shoot the puck down. I don't think it's far enough for icing, but I guess we will have an icing. No, they're going to wave it off. Catherine Evans, the freshman, corrals the pass on the near side. She's momentarily knocked off the puck, but the Orioles are able to reestablish possession and get it out of their own zone. 27 for the Royals. That's Motsko, who shoots it in, and the Royals do change on the fly here. After the quick change, the Royals and Anderson able to push it out front. This is Twonig as well for the Royals on the forecheck pressure. Twonig and Anderson out there. Twonig, number 8, with the blonde hair. And the puck is shot down low, and this is Jones Klossing on the right wing, and she's able to shoot it in, and Elena Basil on the forecheck put some pressure on the Royal defensively. Marley, one of the defenders for Woodbury, just going to shoot that puck all the way down, and we're going to have a quick icing here at the 14:06 mark of period 1.
Yeah, that's a nice opportunity now for the Orioles for an offensive draw. That icing is nice to see. The Orioles are able to put they're putting their second line out now, and but an opportunity for an offensive draw here.
Yep. Orioles generally play in 3 lines, and then that puck shot and almost banked in off the near pad, and nicely done as well by Kaylin Geiser, the goalie for Woodbury. I'm not sure if she thought that was going to be just a pass, but
it's nice to see him get a shot right off the draw.
Absolutely. And after the face-off win, St. Louis Park nicely done at the point. Puck is shot down low for the Orioles, momentarily scooted out, and Natalie Vig, who did launch that shot from the point, is able to push it in and change on the fly with her partner back there. Bridget Duffy also on defense for the Orioles. Orioles able to change their defensive unit and get Meredith and Noreen out there, and nicely done that time by Maris Cunningham, who's holding offensive zone pressure again for the Orioles. Noreen with a backhand opportunity, bounces down low and just misses the net for Sophia. Nice job by this offensive unit, John. A lot of forecheck pressure.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully D to D in a quick regroup. Now they're going to get a change. That was a good shift by Lauren and Maris and Anna. Nice shift for them.
Absolutely. They kept it down low, and the defensive pairing was able to shoot. Leah Schrank on the forecheck here, number 11 for the Orioles. Schrank, the senior, applying some pressure. Potter able to corral the puck behind the Royal net for them and swoop it up the near side off the dasher board. Evans, 26.
Another icing.
Yeah, another icing. So just what the doctor ordered. We saw a lot of offense. We saw a lot of face-off wins for the Oriole boys team last night.
Yes.
And if St. Louis Park can force Woodbury to dump it and chase like that, so
it really gives you an opportunity when they ice it to, especially as the home team, you can get some matchups. You can get your lines out there. Orioles are coming back with their first line. We'll see what happens here. Important for the Orioles to get a goal early.
Yeah,
they've been in these games, and they just needed to get a goal early and maybe get that first goal.
Here's a break after the faceoff. Falconer with the puck, pushing on down for the Royals, and she's momentarily checked off the puck. for the Orioles. And we should mention too that Woodbury's been outscored, I believe, 17-7 in the first period of the year, and then the last 2 periods have been roughly even. So John's recipe for success is important to get on the board early tonight. Royals able to finish a change, and a wrist shot is parched high by Hasselrud as she misses and hits the glass on the far side for Woodbury. 3 Orioles convey on the puck on the near side here, and the puck is whacked out front. Royals will regroup at center ice and swish it down low as 4 of their skaters change on the fly. The Orioles also get a nice stop and go move behind the Oriole net by Bridget Duffy that time as she works it up to Elena Basil on the near side. Little back and forth activity. If you just joined us, St. Louis Park versus Woodbury in non-conference girls hockey tonight. Royals come into the game with a 4-7 record. They are able to hold the offensive zone pressure here. And here's one half of the McAlpine sisters, number 15, Mickey, out there at the point for them. Mandy, and her sister Mickey, number 6, is out there. So 6 and 15 are sisters out there, John. No relation, I don't think, to Chris McAlpine, the former
gopher. Yes. But you never know. Hockey's a small community, but obviously Chris was quite a player.
Yes.
But it's nice to see it's nice to see right now some back and flow action flowing both ways. I think the Orioles have come out ready to play tonight, and if they can. As I say, they're 0-6-1, Frommer, but they have played in some real close games.
Yeah.
So if they can get up and get a little confidence, they'll be just fine tonight.
We didn't mention, but a lot of two common opponents for both of these teams, John. I believe the St. Paul Blades and Tartan both teams have played, and if those are any indication of the kind of game we should have, it should be a real close one. Puck is shot out front, and a nice job by Staffney, able to hold her ground beautifully and make a save, scrum out front of the net. And I'll tell you what, I couldn't quite tell where the puck was as Krinkle, Potter, and Wallin, that second unit for Woodbury, all over that time. And that was a nice opportunity by Morris as well for them down low. 10:30 remaining in the first stanzas. The Orioles are just going to wisely whack it down and corral icing on their end as well. Boy, Peyton really had to stand her ground there because there was a bang-bang pass play right out front.
Not only did she come around and do a nice stuff move the Woodbury pulled, but then there was one rebound save and I think a second rebound save. So that was great goaltending by Peyton, and then it was cleared off to the side. But then we wisely taken ice, and now they get an offensive face-off.
After the face-off win, the Orioles do corral possession this time and are able to work it out of their zone, where the Royals are able to push it on back. Here is Motzko's line out there with Hasselrud, and the puck goes back into the Woodbury zone, where Twonig will swoop it behind her own net. Twonig out there with McAlpine, Manny McAlpine on defense for the Royals, trying to low pressure there, and this is 14 Jones Clausing for the Orioles. Clausing back to the point for St. Louis Park, momentarily taken away, and this is Motzko on the near side with some speed. Motzko going to the wrist shot. Oh, and it just bangs off the dinner bell on that far post. And here's Jones Clausing. She's going to whack it on down for the Orioles, and unfortunately she didn't reach the red line, and I think we're going to have, I guess we are not going to have, they waved off the icing. So Motzko had a nice angle there, and Peyton had cut down the near side, but that rang right off the far edge of the post.
Yeah, so the post is the goalie's best friend, and it certainly was tonight.
Noreen able to win that puck, and a 2-on-0 breakaway now for the Royals. Puck is pushed right out front, and a shot in the goal, and I believe that was number 6, Mickey McAlpine, who pushed that out front to, I think that was number 22. Libby Marley, I believe, is the one who's going to get that. Here is McAlpine, who pushes it out front. And I'm sorry, that's number 29 for the Royals, and I'm going to have to find out the name of that young lady because I do not have.
For the 29 for the Royals, yeah, she's not rostered.
Not rostered. We'll go with the old NR, so non-roster with a goal.
Non-roster with a goal, and we'll see if they call it from the scorer's table.
Just had a report that was Kim Taplin, who's actually number 29. They switched jersey numbers, so that's her third goal of the year for them. Taplin, and another breakaway as Twonig comes right on in. Oh, beautiful drop
What
of
a
the
save.
right pad by
Yeah, unfortunately, our
Stafford.
defense just kind of tripped up and gave the other team an opportunity, and Payton was there to cover for a defense, which is a wonderful save. Goalie's best friend.
Yep.
When
The pipe.
defenseman's best friend is a goaltender, and the goaltender's best friend is the pipe.
Yeah, so a couple breakaways early on, and one converted and one thwarted by the senior Staffney. Puck again is shot out front, and a nice block that time with Leah Schrank as she goes down to her knee pads and is able to corral that. Once again, that was Kim Taplin with the goal for the Royals, her third of the season, and she was assisted by Mickey McAlpine. Puck is shot down, as we mentioned, for the Orioles. Schrank on the forecheck for St. Louis Park along with Baker as the puck is corralled around. And the Royals with a nice breakout opportunity here, momentarily thwarted as the Wallene, Morris, and Krinkle line is out there for Woodbury. Puck is pushed over to McAlpine, 15, one of the assistant captains, as she wrangles it off the back wall. 7:39 remaining in the first stanza as St. Louis Park tries to hold pressure here on their own zone, and Noreen with a nice job able to do so. She's on her own on a forecheck. She comes up from her defense position. And a nice piece of work by Sophia there. She's able to cause an offensive zone pass down all the way down the length of the ice for Woodbury. Up the far wall, Jones-Klossing has it momentarily taken off her stick, but a couple of the Royals are able to get that puck and push it out front. And Jones-Klossing again with a nice job, able to hang pressure and receive the pass back from Elena Basil.
Just couldn't handle that pass from Elena, but I like the flow that they had there.
Yeah.
Little give and go.
Yeah, and this is Falconer down low for the Royals. And have Jones-Klossing been on the line with Elena for quite a while?
It has,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
One time they had they were using some more senior classmen together, and then they've moved up, I think, try to develop some people, and they've been playing together for the last 3 or 4 games.
Okay. And here's Molly Arnson, who had a big hat trick the other day for the Orioles. She, along with Elena, the leading scorers on the team. Both of the young ladies have 4 goals and 4 assists on the year. And they've been a big part of the Orioles offensively and will be counted on tonight as well. Natalie Vig going to rattle it around the center ice area, and we're going to have a penalty whistled, I believe, a possible trip on the Orioles here. And I think that's going to be whistled on number 20, Morris Cunningham. I could be wrong.
Yes, no, that's correct. You have a trip at center ice in the neutral zone. And, you know, that's a big part of this game right now. And unfortunately, you can't rely on penalties and power plays and PKs. Here's the save on the breakaway. Look at Payton.
Look at her drop that right pad.
Beautiful save.
Goaltender coach Josh Schwartout, who was a stalwart here at Park, got to be happy with that, as the coaching staff is as well. So Morris in the box early on here. See if the Orioles can relieve pressure as they do momentarily. To mention on the season, Woodbury 8 of 14 on the power play for 57%. I think any coach in America would take that, John. So
yes,
this will be important.
And you know, you really see it. You see it with the Orioles. You know, many of their goals have come on the power play.
Yeah.
And you got to get even strength goals as well, obviously. But you know, even I'm sure, just as you notice, Woodbury scores as well. So you have to be very careful on penalties, especially in the girls' game, as it tends. Coaches tend to load up a line and go hard. And you can see Woodbury's got a strong line out there. And look at her move the puck across the middle.
This is Twonig, who almost had a goal earlier on the breakaway, number 8. She tries to put it on net, but she's going to peel off for a change as well here. Puck is racked down in by McAlpine, and that was a tough shot for Payton as she was screened by her own defenseman. I believe that was Natalie Vig, who unfortunately had stepped right in front of her. So nice job. Jacobson from her own blue line going to wrap it to the far blue line, but for the Orioles, they're able to stop and go right there and make sure there's no entry zone pressure. For the Royals, little 2-on-3 situation as they're going to gain offensive zone pressure and push it back to the point. Nice wrist shot put on it, and Payton, kind of a beautiful nonchalant glove save there as she's able to take Taplin's wrister and just corral that.
And watch the replay. She sees it all the way. She watches it and just says, right to my glove. Beautiful save.
I don't know if she's a softball player, but the way she responded to that, or lacrosse, maybe she is, yeah. So, and only 35 seconds remaining in the power play here for Woodbury.
Oh, here we go.
Steal here by Elena, one-on-one here. She's got some help. Puck is passed over to Molly Arnson and a wrist shot. And Elena does go down there, and I think with a little contact as well, but she's got, I don't know if she sustained a little lower body injury here. Watch this on the contact. Oh, it was a partial shoulder to head hit there as well. And Elena, of course, did have some a concussion situation last spring, and they're going to check on her and make sure everything's okay. John, it looked like completely inadvertent contact again, and they're going to, I'm not sure if what the holdup here is, if they're Donnie Williams and Jake Evers talking to the head official here about some things, and they're going to go talk to the Woodbury coach, Chris Lepper, as well here. So 2-minute penalty. I believe they did whistle. They did whistle the Royal player, Kim Taplin, for 2 minutes for interference. I believe, John, they thought that was almost an intentional. They must have interpreted that as an intentional interference call. But she did come out of, wait a minute, now she went in the box. They put it on the board, and now they took the penalty off. So at first I thought it was inadvertent, but then they put it on the board, put her in the box, but now they have taken it off. So I don't know, Paulie, maybe at the end of the period, if you can, maybe we can watch that replay again, because that seemed to be some confusion on the Oriole benches. Donnie Williams still looking for an explanation, as the penalty was initially whistled, but then Taplin goes to the box and then it's waved off. 25 seconds remaining in the power play this time, and the training staff talking to Elena, make sure everything's okay over there. Breakout for Woodbury this time, and Natalie Vig steps up along with Noreen from their defense position and is able to hold the blue line there. Nice bit of checking on the backside. Taplin, though, able to fight through the double team on the check and almost get an offensive zone chance this time. But Noreen and Vig are going to team up and try to break it out of the zone as the power play is over for Woodbury. Natalie going to corral that and break it out for St. Louis Park. So Orioles able to hold the fort there, get an opportunity themselves as they kill the penalty.
Well, the good news, being a father first here, she's up at the bench, and it looked like no head injury versus wind knocked out of her.
Yeah.
So I think that's the good thing about it. She's up, and the trainer has got her back on her feet. So that's a good sign.
Well, and after everything your family and your daughter's gone through, I know she had some contact at an earlier game we did earlier too, and I did think it was inadvertent. I don't know, Paul, if we get a chance to show that replay of that hit.
Yeah, this certainly wasn't. This was just Elena trying to cut back and the player trying to be in a good position, and they just kind of collided a little bit.
Right. Leah Schrank wins the draw, and Catherine Evans, her teammate, able to put that towards net. Evans following everything from her right wing position there, playing her off wing as a left-handed shot here. Evans up there with Baker on the near wall, or excuse me, on the far wall. And a nice step up as well this time by number 8, Bridget Duffy. Bridget and Sophia, Natalie really logging a ton of ice at defense. Of course, with Samantha Jermusic out again, not able to play much this season, and the Orioles were hoping she'd be somebody they could count on defense.
Yeah, it's really too bad. Samantha's had some shoulder problems, and she's missed a lot on defense. Certainly one of our top defensemen coming into the year, and not having her on the team right now. And she tried to come back last game, but just her shoulder just isn't ready yet.
Falconer goes to the forehand, puts it on net for the Royals. She had a nice move as she went left to right and then pulled the puck back and put it on her forehand for a shot there. Hasselrud behind the Oriole net to Falconer. Falconer goes to the forehand again, cross angle pass back out to the point, and a beautiful job that time by, I believe that's Molly Arnson, who came off the ice on the ice with a change and was able to stop that offensive zone pressure.
Comes Molly.
And again, a nice check by Molly as she's able to make sure that shot doesn't go on net. She comes out with a lot of energy and a lot of speed. She's definitely one of the Orioles' best skaters.
Absolutely. She is the best skater, yes.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
She's got a lot of offensive zone touch and some really great wheels for the senior Arnson.
Oh boy.
Natalie Vig tries to pinch up, and she doesn't. She is able to make the stop and tie up Taplin on the far side there. Taplin and Vig battling against the wall there as Molly's able to shoot it up to her teammate. And here a nice job by Jones-Klossing again. And Jones-Klossing was able to beat 2 of the Royal players. Here's Taplin again, 29. She's got one already, fires that on net. Oh, rebound opportunity is whacked hard by Morris as well. Jacobson will push it in as Twonig also out there, number 8 for them. She had a good opportunity as well earlier in the period. Just 1:25 remaining in the first period. 1-0 is your score. Orioles and the Royals battling here at the Rec Center on a Wednesday night. And here's Lauren Brune-Bryant, the senior, goes to her left hand and fires a nice wrister on net, and that's squeezed by the senior Kaylor Geiser. Kaylor, both the senior goalies are playing tonight. For Geiser and the Royals, I don't think I mentioned this, but she's played in all 11 games, 4.15 goals against with an .893 save percentage. And as we mentioned earlier, Peyton Staffney in her 8th game of the season. Off the face-off win for Woodbury, they're going to shoot the puck down as it is missed momentarily, but Krinkle will follow number 11 for the Royals as she applies forecheck pressure. Caromed off the boards and worked all the way down as St. Louis Park will change their defensive unit. Here's Marley behind her own net on defense. She's got some size with her. She takes it behind her own net. Libby Marley, the senior, pushes it out to her front, and then Libby takes control herself. Marley hits the red line, and she's just going to dump it in, and the Royals change all 5. See if the Orioles can get a break here. Just 30 seconds remaining. Leah Schrank out on the ice for St. Louis Park, and Leah following Falconer around there. Here's Falconer with some speed and moves. We've seen her with several opportunities earlier. Falconer goes between the defense. Oh, and she's able to be harassed just enough by the Orioles that she loses her angle at a good opportunity there. Falconer behind her net. Puck is whacked out to Staffney. Staffney down. She gets that stick down in a...
That's a big save they had with less than a minute. They had their first line out against their third, and they got a nice opportunity. Looks like Coach Donnie's switching it up and making some adjustments here with 11 seconds to go.
You get in those line mismatch situations too, and that's part of coaching in terms of how you can utilize the last minute of the period and if you can get those mismatches. Just 8 seconds remain, and St. Louis Park will try to break it out. They're able to hang on to possession here as we count down the last 2-3 seconds, and Falconer.
Smart play there by Natalie Vig. Just kept it along the boards, let the timer run out. You know, not a bad period for they're not getting the scoring chances they need. They just don't seem to have one line clicking all the way. But I'll tell you, a couple of small things. We're ringing a little bit in our own zone and kind of feeding their point when our defense has some time. I think if they take their time and look for a wing, and then of course as we saw, we got caught, and I think maybe they're trying to be aggressive. They got caught on a couple pinches.
Yes.
And when they got caught on a couple pinches, some odd man rushes, even a breakaway, and Peyton's been playing well back there. Probably those couple adjustments, and certainly this is an even game, and certainly a game that should be a fun game throughout the next 2 periods.
And here's where we're going to watch the replay of the hit earlier on where St. Louis Park and Elena Basil corrals the puck on a nice steal at center ice. And then there's some, and as you can see there, number 12, actually 29, is Taplin, who makes contact with Elena. I don't know if we can slow that down once again, but Taplin was initially sent into the penalty box. The penalty goes up on the board, and I'm not sure if Donnie was thinking that was a cross check as well. She goes a little high with her stick here. Well, and she just finished that's an open ice finishing a check.
Yeah, but it's very. You can see why the refs. You could have made a call either way. You certainly can't say the refs absolutely should have made a call on that. But I think that it's one of those ones that it's judgment call, and it's not always easy reffing out there. So of course we're the homer. So sure, we liked that the player thought they were.
Yes.
The player thought they were guilty. They went to the box. We would have hoped that they could have called a penalty on themselves, but. The good news is that we came out only 1 down in a period that really, if we can get a few more offensive opportunities, a little more pressure, fix a few things, make a few adjustments on breakouts and how we're pinching, and this should be an interesting game.
Well, I mean, it's fun. It's really enjoyable for me to watch Molly work with Elena, and I'm really impressed tonight, John. I've only seen 3 of the girls' games, but I didn't remember what good puck skills that Michaela Jones-Clausen has, and as the right wing on that unit, that seems to be a smart adjustment that was made. She seems to have a nice ability to break the puck out of her zone, receive passes as well as distribute passes, and she's got some good hand-eye coordination as the extra player on that wing position. And you need a skilled player with Molly and Elena out there too.
You do. Say, Frommer, if I may, I have to mention, the Oriole girls team just got a couple new managers. And, it's always one of those jobs that it's fun because you're around the other girls, but it's sometimes thankless at times. And I just want to mention a couple girls from St. Louis Park that are active in the school in a couple of ways, and that's Genesis Buckhalden. She's one of the new managers. She's active in tennis, lacrosse, loves to read.
Boy, I'd love to hear that. reading.
Loves to read, and I tell you, she lives in walking distance of the rec center, so this is a great location for her to help out, and I know the girls really appreciate her stepping forward. And then Haley Kirchner also loves tennis and lacrosse, friends with Genesis. Now, she lives a little further away over by Aquila, but again, another good St. Louis Park resident. Going to enjoy some time getting out of the house with this cold weather over at the rec center. And I know the girls, are very thankful that they're helping out, because there's times in the game of hockey where all of a sudden a piece of tape comes loose, you break a stick.
Even a shin pad, anything that holds an elbow pad breaks, whatever.
A screw comes out of a helmet, and you need someone to quick get apart, or your stick breaks and you need your second stick. So these girls play a very important role in helping this team out throughout the season. So it's thanks to them, and I know the girls appreciate it. And on behalf of the girls, pass along thanks to those two girls.
And I just want a special shout out for Genesis, who's listed reading as one of her hobbies. I know that's something that I would love to see. You don't often see that as something you're interested in, but good for her. In this day and age with all the iPhones and technology, I don't know how often that's considered a hobby. Hey, John, a busy week for St. Louis Park Sports. We had the boys game last night, which was an exciting 2-0 win on the boys side, as Terry Keesley and the Orioles got a fantastic win. Connor Clares, as you and I talked about yesterday, 39 saves. I saw they were outshot 39-22. Nice game-winning goal by Miles Malarkey, the senior. And I know we got a lot of activity Friday night. The boys basketball team's at home. Tomorrow night, girls basketball at home as well. I just wanted to make sure to remind our fans to go to the Go Park website. It's gopark.org if you want to find any of the park schedules. And one of the fans came up to me after the game last night and wanted to know how we were so in tune with other teams in the conference in terms of schedule. I just want to remind fans that there's a conference website. If you ever want to search in terms of what all the teams in the conference are for whatever sport, it's nsconference.org, and you can literally enter your sport, enter varsity, JV, whatever your criteria may be. And that's a really easy way to get I think almost all conferences in the state now have some type of a conference website to be able to access that, and I found that really helpful.
No, it is, and the power, as we know, of technology and the internet and websites, it's really easy to pick up on what teams are playing, what they've done against other teams, how their players are doing, who their first line is, who's scoring on that team. And so it's I know that in Farmer you do a much better job than I do, but it is nice to be able to have resources like that to find out, so that as we're talking about some of these players, it's nice to know who they are.
Oh, well, there you see a couple of future Orioles looking over the dasher board there. I like that. I think he's got a little orange on his hat there. Gosh, that brings back some memories when the kids were that small. Now you got Willie, who's your youngest, who's what? Is he 8th grader now?
He's an 8th grader. And, when I go to the rink and I see the mites out there,
yes,
my God, I just remember those days. And I love being around a rink, and I love kids, but I go, God, I don't know if my back could take holding up those little mites anymore. I helped coach in the mite program here for about a decade, and it was it was quite an interesting time, and I enjoyed it a lot. But it takes a lot of patience, kind of like a teacher, and so you obviously thank the coaches that are working with our mite program, and I think those people that are in our mite program are seeing the success that we're having at the Squirts, Peewees, and Bantams, and high school, the boys high school being 2-2 right now. I think they're seeing the value of St. Louis Park kids playing together, being at the rec center together, being at the outdoor rinks together. It's wonderful to see.
And speaking of the outdoor rinks, with this cold spell and all the snow we've had, I believe less than 2 weeks till the rinks open. I think it's going to be on Saturday. I believe Saturday the 20th they're opening around town. Check your city website for more information on that as well.
They're officially opening, but it's been cold enough. The ice is good. The kids are out skating on those. It's very cold though, right now. So you certainly don't want to get anybody out there with frostbite. But the reality of it is on the weekend when it gets a little warmer, you've seen the kids out on the outdoor rinks, even with the warming houses not open yet.
Right, exactly. Well, we're just going to stick with you here as the Zamboni has done a beautiful job resurfacing the ice here. If you just okay, we'll take a break just for a minute here on Park 16. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. St. Louis Park hockey continues in just a moment.
We were lucky Before we were ever treated for breast cancer,
We planned for life after breast cancer. We made the choice.
That breast cancer would not take something away from us.
No one chooses to get breast cancer. The only choice we have is how we will deal with it.
Cancer took my breasts, but my plastic surgeon gave them back.
Breast reconstruction made me feel like me again.
Before you're treated for breast cancer, get the facts. Women who are told about their breast reconstruction options report feeling in control and experiencing a higher quality of life after cancer.
I know because I am one of them.
I know because I am one of them.
I know because I am one of them.
Before you undergo surgery for breast cancer, get the facts. Make sure you know your breast reconstruction options. For more information, visit broaddayusa.org.
We are back at the Rec Center for the second period of the Woodbury St. Louis Park girls varsity hockey game. John Fromm along with John Basil, as you see Molly Arntzen along with her friend and also co-leading scorer Elena Basil out there, along with Michaela Jones-Klossing. And Natalie Vig on defense gets the puck after the face-off win. Not able to break it out, as the Royals are going to start out with their Taplin, Twonig, and McAlpine line. That generated their first goal of the game. And here is Twonig on the forecheck for the Royals, number 8. But Molly able to steal that puck and get to center ice. She uses a couple of dipsy-do moves, and the puck is shot in by Elena. Elena getting some help on a forecheck by Natalie Vig that time and Jones-Klossing. But the Royals do have a 2-on-1 here as Twonig picks up the puck, and she's got some help. Twonig, number 8. Oh, nice job that time. I believe that was that was Bridget Duffy, was able to send her wide and make what might have been a good scoring opportunity, more of a shallow angle shot, John.
Yes.
Yeah, it was nicely done. It was a 2-on-1. And here is Twonig again, getting some help again by Molly Arntzen and Natalie Vig back there. Duffy going to corral that and push it out to Jones-Klossing. Partial change for the Orioles as Lauren Brune-Bryant and her friends have shopped on the ice, of course. St. Louis Park finishing their change. And we're going to have, it looks like, an icing early on here. So, yeah, a pretty even first period, as you and I talked about, John. And for the St. Louis Park girls, I think one advantage they really have in the game today is this Woodbury team had a home conference game last night on Tuesday against Hastings at home. And when I got some information this morning from Coach Lepper, he had mentioned that the game was a really highly contested game back and forth, and a lot of the girls didn't even get to bed until 11:30. So hopefully that'll make them a little tired later on in the game.
Yes, it'll put a third period, will put us in a good position.
Kind of like playing in a tournament, but unfortunately when you got school, it's tough. Noreen pushes the puck on net this time for St. Louis Park, not able to get through a sea of legs as the Royals counterattack here. And here is Bryn counterattacking for them, and she's got Krinkle out front. Krinkle going to try to beat out Alyssa Meredith behind the net and get some help from Motzko on the forecheck. Royals able to finish a check. We've got lots of bodies on the near side. Might have too many men possibly on the ice.
Yeah, I think it could be.
I think that's what we're going to get, because one of the Royals jumped into the play and the puck was right near the bench there, and I think nice break for the Orioles.
Yeah, and they kept the gate open, which is and the Orioles have had some success on the power play. So this is an opportunity where really where they do get their complete top players out there, and we'll see if they can execute here, because they really need to stay in these games and to have a chance to put a W on the board.
Noreen and Brune-Bryant back at the points for St. Louis Park, and here's Molly Arntzen wins the draw to Elena Basil. Elena with that right-handed shot works it down low to Molly. Molly behind the net to Elena. Elena looking to Lauren Brune-Bryant on the near side here. Brune-Bryant back to Noreen. A one-time shot racked on the net. Follow-up chance by Arntzen is pushed on net. Sophia didn't get all she wanted on that one-timer, but the thought was right.
Yeah, it was, and Michaela just couldn't get enough wood on it, but had a nice up. Watch the rebound here.
Yeah.
It's sitting right here, and just a nice opportunity, but again, nice pressure here.
And the Orioles are using the same 3 forwards as are on their normal first line here. Sometimes teams will mix it up. Off the face-off win, St. Louis Park able to tie up the young lady for pressure here. And for Woodbury, Wallene ties it up on the near side. Back to Noreen, but unfortunately for the Orioles, she's unable to hold it in. The junior Noreen works it over to senior Lauren Brune Bryant. Brune Bryant with a 360 move at her own blue line, works it up the near side here. Fortunately for her, not able to get some help. But St. Louis Park will regroup at center ice here. Krinkle on the forecheck, 2-on-2 here. Basil got some help with her friends. She looks like she's gonna, she tried to, I think she was gonna go for a drop pass there. Arnson corrals it at center ice with speed. Molly breaks into the far zone. Stops in the near side, looking for Brune Bryant back at the point. Lauren has it momentarily skip her stick, but she gets it over to Elena, who's one-timer. Oh, gets high off the right shoulder of the goalkeeper, Geisel. And nice thought as well there. Good puck movement.
Very good puck movement by the Orioles.
Yeah, really some good chances early on. Royals able to complete a change with 40 seconds remaining in the power play here. Molly again will take offensive zone pressure. 1-on-2. She goes to a nice wrist shot put right on net as she used the screen there to her benefit, John, and put it on net. Park again wins a war on the near or far wall here, and Natalie Vig, ooh, able to hold it in and fire a wrister on net. Another shot opportunity. Basil with 15 still on the power play. Back to Vig. Vic with a kind of a redirect. Oh, possible breakaway this time. And here is Falconer on the breakaway, going to the forehand. A nice job by Natalie Vig and Sophia Noreen, able to catch up to Falconer, who we've already seen has some great speed. Oh, toughest. Oh, wow, Falconer put it just wide of the net, and then she got some help. Both teams at full strength here now. Have to keep an eye on number 7, Falconer. I saw her flying around a lot that first stanza. Noreen going to one-time it up the near wall, and unfortunately for the Orioles, Michaela Jones-Klossing not able to get a stick on it. We are going to have icing, which is probably okay. That first unit had been out there for a while.
Yeah, they were out there on the power play. They had some nice opportunities, just weren't able to get it. Probably not a little stronger in the stick in front of the net.
Yeah,
they probably could have buried one, but Woodbury came right back and had some nice opportunities.
And that was a tough one for Staffney when that puck was stolen out front by Falconer, and she just missed on the turnaround shot, and she was going for the far side. So Natalie Vig trying to work it up the wall here for St. Louis Park, but Taplin, who's got the only goal of the game for the sophomore, getting harassed by Mickey McAlpine. Mickey not able to hold it in, and for the Royals, Twonig breaks it out again. Here is Taplin. Taplig and Twonig. It's not a law firm, but it might be. I don't know why when I hear that. Anyway, for the Orioles, Catherine Evans tried to take a whack at it, not able to make contact with that. And Bridget Duffy behind her own net works it up the wall here, where Catherine Evans, along with Leah Schrag, try to deal with that and stop the offensive zone pressure. Natalie Vig being tied up, and again, here's Taplin looking for her second of the night, passes it out front. One-time shot by McAlpine, rifle just wide of the net. She really unloaded the heavy artillery on that.
Sure did.
Yeah, that's Mandy McAlpine. She's got 1 goal on the year for the Royals.
Bottled up a little bit in our zone here, and hopefully we can get her out.
Morris just threw that out front for the Royals, but not able to generate anything from that. And Alexis Baker has her offensive zone time thwarted at center ice here. Orioles are going to try to take the puck the other way, and unfortunately nobody home on that long pass for Bridget Duffy, and a momentary stop as well. 11:17 remaining in the second period, and if you just joined us, a first period goal on a 2-on-1 by Kim Taplin. She generated her 3rd goal of the season, is all we've got so far. For St. Louis Park, some great pressure on a recent power play that they had. And we'll see if the Orioles can follow that. Oh, nice job by Staffney, dropping the pad on that one to make a nice save on Falconer again. Falconer getting beat by Noreen, who does a nice job working up the wall, and Sophia, the junior, really one of the leaders and best skaters on the Orioles staff.
Watch Lauren drive the puck. Very strong winger.
Yep.
Can do a lot of things up front. Probably one of our, certainly our top 3 players on the team. She can really drive that bit. There she is again with the puck. Turnaround shot.
Yep, good opportunity there, and Taplin out to Falconer as well. Oh, a beautiful contact at center ice, and we're going to have a penalty on it. Are they going to call interference this time on Is that on Bridget?
That was on Alyssa Meredith.
I'm sorry, number
interference.
6.
You know, the interesting part about that call
but she's
is
playing the
she's
puck
playing.
there.
It was very similar to the one that happened with Elena earlier, where you'd say it's kind of a questionable call. You could understand why they didn't call the one,
right.
But then here you need consistency, and so here
because she tried to make contact with the puck.
Yeah.
I personally would never have called that a penalty because she's. So I think a bad break for the Orioles this time is they're going to have to try to kill one off here as Alyssa Meredith gets sent to the sin bin at 10:37. And for the Royals, they're going to put their power play unit out there. As up front for Hopkins, they've got number 3 Wallin out there with Twonig and Falconer.
Now they're the same color as Hopkins, but you better go with Woodbury.
Oh, did I say Hopkins? Oh, the Royals too. The Hopkins Royals.
Yeah, right.
Good.
Right.
Good
That's
for me.
yeah.
That's funny.
But
that's funny.
Yeah, it's Hopkins. It's Woodbury. They're all one opponent to us. But
exactly. And one of my favorite names on one of the blue lines here for Woodbury, Sky Shock at one of the points here for Woodbury. Backhand effort, nicely done by Wallin. So Sky Shock out there, number 10 at one of the points, along with one of the bigger young ladies we've seen on defense this year, Libby Marley, on the other points here. Off the face-off win, the puck is rattled by Wallin, but it does miss the net where Krinkle, her teammate, able to pick that up. Wallin got the puck behind the net as she operates down low, and she passed it right out front to Krinkle. Krinkle not able to get a handle on that. Sky Shock throws it towards the net. But for the Shockster, not able to get that through, and access denied. Minute 30 remaining in the power play for Woodbury here. There's Molly Arntzen on the kill up front, along with Elena Basil, Leah Schrank, and Noreen on the defensive side. Sophia is going to step up here, and the Royals will have to regroup. They failed to do so, and an offside is whistled.
A little change on the PK up front for the Orioles. Looks like bringing out Lauren Brune-Bryant along with Maris Cunningham.
I had on the season too, Park coming into the game was, I believe they were about 83% on their penalty kill. And we had mentioned that Woodbury had a nice success on, I believe, a 57% on their power play. So this is key. Minute 5 remaining. Falconer on the far wing, wrist shot just wide of the net. Payton cuts the angle down nicely this time. Gustafson rattles it back to Falconer in their own zone. Falconer working it around. Back to the point as well, and here's Taplin. She's got one already, goes to the forehand. Just throws that wide of the net, and that's something she'll want back.
Yes, you can see how she is very, very strong in her skates. They're bringing her up on the point here on the power play, and really is in command when she's up there. Can handle the puck. She's got a nice shot, can drive the net.
A break for the Orioles as the young lady, Kaylin Geiser, just a routine 2-mile-an-hour shot, and Alyssa
kind of handcuffed her. I think she was looking up to see, one thing as a goalie, you got to make sure you stop it first, and I think she was looking up a little bit to see where her defense was, and lost it kind of down there, and gave us a nice opportunity.
When Morris almost was Johnny on the spot, Morris Cunningham, and knock it home there. Nice piece of work by Josh Schwartout, the goalie coach on the bench, as he showed the moves that made him an all-state goalie.
Right.
He just about took one there. So take a look at Josh along with Al Rabine next to him. Josh in 06 grad. Watch the play again here. She just stops the puck, then it drops down, and then she loses it. And Morris, if she almost gets part of the stick on it. So.
There's a chance tip by Elena in front, and just
Molly threw that towards net. Elena got a stick on that, and
it's a nice opportunity. Nice save by the goalie, even though it wasn't going that fast. Any redirection is tough on the goaltenders.
When I had a chance to visit with Chris Lepper after the email exchange we had, Chris, who's been coaching for almost 20 years, mentioned that this is the Royals' 16th year as a program, and they're still looking for their first 10-win season. So he's really encouraged by the 4 wins already this year in the Suburban East, and said that this could very well be their best team they've ever had. So here's Elena with 8.5 remaining in the second period, getting some help from her friends Natalie Vig, and Molly Arntzen steps up to hold that puck in for St. Louis Park. Elena working that forecheck well as Vig pinches in from her point position. Good hands by Arntzen again as she holds it in there. Twonig, number 8, pushes it in as some of the Royals are going to change on the fly here, and Arntzen going to try to corral that and work behind her own net and change her angle. Nice headman pass by Molly as she's able to find her line mate, Elena Basil. Elena getting some help with Jones Clausing there. Clausing gonna whack it in. The Orioles get a partial change as Natalie Vig runs into McAlpine there. And some good offensive zone forecheck and some contact on the near wall here as the girls are playing aggressive on both sides, going for the win. Morris Cunningham, who almost scored a minute ago, and Jones Clausing out there as Leah Schrank as the Orioles complete their change and get the Schrank line out there as well. Here's Anna Basil, number 5, behind her net. Puck hits off her skate, rattled around on the far wall. Alyssa Meredith gonna whack it down to her partner down there.
And our camera cohort, Mary's got to like that. A lot of forechecking going on right now by the Orioles.
Yes, our camera lady, Mary, wanted to see a good game today, a competitive game. And
here we go.
There's a nice piece of work by Lauren Brune-Bryan. And I tell you what, Anna almost, if that would have been a little harder, she would have had a one-time shot off the near side here. Anna Basil, the senior, one of the captains for the Orioles, to Noreen. Noreen going to just break the zone and knock it in herself for St. Louis Park. 6:40 remaining in the second period. Nice speed that time. I tell you, that was nice closing speed by Alyssa to get over to that far wall and just hold that in. Got 6-7 players up on the side there. Everybody battling for the puck, and Catherine Evans tries to get it out. Evans on the forecheck. Oh, nice job for Catherine riding the Woodbury player McAlpine off the puck momentarily. Orioles kind of spotting in that third unit on occasion, it looks like, going with 2 lines mostly and then spotting that third unit. Here is the third unit, as we mentioned. Evans out there with Meredith. Leah Schrank at the center along with Alexis Baker. Puck shot on net. Johnny on the spot with Sophia Narina.
Beautiful defensive play.
That was just laying there like a cookie
in the
cupboard.
And she's got speed.
And there's Sophia, forehand, backhand. She's going to break it in, and nicely done to hold position there. And Sophia able to generate a penalty on number 7, Falconer. Sophia had several moves at center ice, Paulie, if you watch this. And you can see Falconer just kind of harassing her there, and then they lose contact, and Falconer back to her, and she goes high with the stick.
Yes.
And hits her right in the face mask, and nice job.
Well, last power play, Farmer, we had some nice opportunities. We just, if we can get stronger in front of the net on this one, there was rebounds last time. We'll see if we can't bang one home, tie this game up.
So good player to get off for the Orioles. Off the face-off win, Noreen. Ooh, one-time opportunity by Arnson down low. Molly not able to wing that home, but Sophia going to try to hold that in. So 5:40 remaining in the second period. Orioles on their second power play. You just joined us, a real good battle. 1-0 here, the Woodbury Royals up, but St. Louis Park with some definite pressure. Here is Arnson, 2-on-2 here. Molly going to the backhand. She's going to stop here and try to find her friend Lauren Brune-Bryant. Back to Noreen at the point. One-time shot, Solon. Oh, possible break. Number 11, this is Krinkle on a breakaway for them. Oh, and Sophia Noreen with a diving effort. Gets the stick on the puck and doesn't generate a penalty either, so beautiful effort. Elena Basil here. She's able to gain offensive zone pressure here. Goes to the backhand. 360 move back to Natalie Vig, and unfortunately that puck is one-timed off the wall, and the Royals are able to break it out. Brune-Bryant. Wrist shot high over the net. Beautiful wrist shot with a lot of speed by Lauren, and she hit that dasher board hard. Puck is going to be whacked down, and for the Royals, this is Twonig, Olivia Twonig again on the forecheck. She's going to the forehand and a nice stop and go move, but she's not able to generate a chance there. Baker taken away again by Twonig. Twonig getting some good offensive zone pressure to Wallin.
About 38 seconds on the power play unit for the Orioles. They're giving their third line a shot here on our power play.
Haven't been a lot of stoppages this period, so some of the girls might be getting a little winded, you know, sometimes. Here's Leah Schrank out there, 3-on-2 situation. Evans in the middle, wide open. Oh, beautiful pass by Schrank out front, not able to get a stick on that, unfortunately, was Alexis Baker, but a good opportunity, and Catherine Evans was wide open on the slot there, if that would have been. It's kind of a shallow angle for Leah, but another penalty going to be whistled on them as Sophia Noreen knocked down again. So Sophia's the one generating all the penalties for Woodbury.
Sure is. So, and, you know, they look at her probably as a big, strong defense person, and they're playing physical, and that's fine. They keep taking those penalties. I think our power play will deliver. You know, we've had opportunities. Here's the defensive play.
Watch this again on Noreen's poke check. This was an amazing. Watch this, everybody. she just dives and hits the stick just
right
on low on the shaft. And
yes,
it's been really fun to watch her development since
Absolutely.
8th grade, and even though she's only a junior, boy, she's going to generate a lot of interest. So I could see her definitely playing at
Yes.
the next level hockey-wise
Yeah,
with her
absolutely.
skills and sense. So another power play, and here's Noreen, one-time laser right on
right
net.
in. Yep.
Boy, nice opportunity there off the face-off win as well. So you got the main unit out here, Brune Bryan along with, Lauren Brune Bryan out there with Molly Arntzen and Jones Klossing on the other wing. Elena at one point with Sophia Noreen. And here is Brune Bryan down low to Molly. Molly backhands it, tries to back,
Almost
tries
got
to
through.
almost backhands it off the left chest or left side of the goalie into the net. Just take a look at Molly go to the backhand. She hits the net the first time, and then she whacks it with the forehand.
Almost got through there.
She almost banked
got
it in. She
through.
must be a pool player.
Yes. Just a little more patience here by the Orioles, working around a little bit. They got 1:46 left in the power play. I got a good feeling they'll get one here.
Yeah, it's really been an entertaining game and period and good chances. Noreen again with the hold. Has that puck taken by Gustafson, and she's able to stop that. Nice job by Staffney, able to come out of her net and slow that. Ooh, boy, that was pretty tricky. And oh, the puck shot out front, Payton. Almost a big time play as a goalie. But here's Elena. Little 3-on-3 situation. She's going to circle behind the net and look for some friends. Doesn't have anybody at the point, and she wisely stops on the far wall. Back to Noreen, center ice. Wrist shot on net. Ooh, puck hits some bodies out front. Orioles are going to corral it and go down low. Give and go move as Elena tries to give and go with Molly. Back to Brune Bryant. Wrister hits off the shin pads. Possible 2-on-1 break here. Oh, a beautiful move that time. Oh, I tell you, you got to give credit where credit's due on that play, because Taplin got her second of the game. She actually just made a beautiful move to beat Sophia there and generate an offensive zone chance. Wrist shot goes right off Taplin's shin pads, and then Sophia's got a small angle on her here. But watch this move. Boom.
Boom. Yeah, it was a nice move.
It really was. She gave it up enough to that move inside, and then she goes the forehand, and Payton gets part of the pad on it. Unfortunately for the Orioles, that shorthanded goal at the 2:43 mark.
Not what the doctor ordered.
No, and,
You know,
and it was Taplin time. She made that whole play herself.
She did. She blocked the shot.
Blocked the shot.
Yeah, and you know, it's one thing is when the pucks come high on that power play. Sometimes it's natural to want to shoot, but sometimes you got to look and you got a wide open person on the overload that is there, and you can dish it off. So, but you know, those are things the Orioles will work on. But it was a nice play. You got to give credit to the Woodbury on that. They blocked the shot. They come down.
Yeah, make a
beautiful move. Yeah.
And I don't know if Taplin has any designs. I think she's only in 10th grade of playing hockey at the next level, but you'll want to put that on your highlight reel.
You sure do. You sure do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Taplin with 2 goals on breakaways here, and Orioles still with 30 seconds of power play time. We'll see if the Park can generate another chance here. Natalie Vig out there along with Bridget Duffy. That puck was shot by Bridget, just going wide of the net, and gonna be stopped and squeezed that time. So a shorthanded goal on a beautiful sequence of plays by Taplin has pushed it to a 2-0 advantage for Woodbury. You can see that shot definitely going wide of the net. And it looks like on a partial change here, we've got Schrank's unit out there, kind of a mismatch unit where Anna Basil on one side, Leah on one side. Puck is going to be shot down. That's just about going to kill all the power play time. But good speed this time, as Twonig going to win that battle, number 8, and go to her backhand. Number 8 still killing the rest of the penalty off. Royals are at full strength now, and there's Taplin again out there trying to generate some offensive zone time. Schrank out there has it taken away momentarily, and Taplin tries for the redirect, not able to generate a goal that time. This is a tough unit for the Orioles, this Taplin-Twonig line, along with when they, once in a while they put Falconer out there, and it's really kind of their 3 best offensive players. Yeah.
And they're strategic about it. They do a nice job, and when they're out there together, they are a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, absolutely. For St. Louis Park, Anna Basil with a beautiful pass to herself off the board, just a little too hard. Otherwise, she might have had a 2-on-1 here. Another break this time. Here's McAlpine. Oh, she goes to the forehand puck, and the save is made, and Peyton Staffney diving all over the place, reaching with that arm, still doesn't have the puck. Makes another save as
what a
well.
save by Peyton. What a save.
Boy, the
And-
puck rattling all over by Peyton. She certainly had some opportunities there. 45 seconds remaining in the second stanza.
You know, you can tell that Woodbury always throws that big line out with a minute left in that period.
Try to get a
mismatch. Here goes Anna.
Anna and Molly out there. Oh, nice give and go. Let's see if Molly, what she can do here. A little 1-on-2. She wisely circles and throws it to her line mate.
Oh, boy.
That was a good idea. The Basil sisters are out there together. Here's Elena trying to work her magic behind the net. She has it taken away with 15 seconds remaining. Step up that time by Noreen, not able to generate a chance, and we'll see if St. Louis Park can generate one more with 8 seconds remaining. Elena kicks it ahead with 5. She's going to get that, see if she has time to put it on net. Indeed she does. Oh, she almost scored right at the buzzer there, and another good opportunity. And you know, the score might say 2-0, but I think chance-wise, these teams are completely even.
Yes.
And really the only difference of the game is 2 individually great plays by just one player on the ice tonight.
I think that's correct. And again, I would think if the Orioles come out with a lot of grit in that third period and desire, they certainly can get that next one, and it's going to be a heck of a game.
I'm glad Paul had here's one shot on net. Peyton throws it down, and then the young lady, McAlpine, still whacking at the puck. Peyton dives after it again. She dives again, can't get it. The puck's still out front. There's 6 again.
Yeah, it's and that's going to be a coaching moment, I'm sure, when the coaches watch the tape. Where, you know, if you're a defense, you really don't want to push it back to your goalie in that situation. You want to whack it to the corner and give your goalie a chance to recover. But Peyton made a beautiful save, and the good news is no damage.
Yes, and make sure you stick with us. We're going to step away momentarily. If you do want to get a copy of the game tonight, though, we didn't have a chance to mention this earlier, but Paulie, I don't know if you have the graphics package there. As soon as you mention it, Paul puts it up. What is that for service?
Look at that.
If you ever want to watch these events, now tonight we're not on with live web streaming, but some of the hockey games we are. But you can always go to parktv.org, and if you don't have cable, tell the relatives in Saskatchewan, the uncle in Japan, that they can watch these games a lot of times on demand or on occasion live by just going to the website. And if you do want to get a DVD to listen to the sultry tones of John Basil and John Fromm, and really, why wouldn't you? It makes a great stocking stuffer.
Yeah, you know, instead of taking sleeping pills, you can just put the DVD in, and it'll put you right to bed for the night.
If you don't have any excitement in your life, buy some DVDs.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Paul will let you have them for 10 a piece if you buy 3 or more.
Yeah.
So why not get a whole bunch and share them with the family?
Exactly.
And if you ever want any feedback, give Paulie a call at that number. And I know that they really do like to get feedback from the community on what other events they'd like to see. I know last year, John, we had a chance to cover in the summer some Legion baseball, which really hadn't been done for a while. And I know historically that's another thing that's great about working with Paul, is on occasion we can cover, you know, some events that haven't been covered in the past. And that's a lot of communities can do that.
And I don't think we say it enough, but thanks to Paul, and boy, we looked at the schedule this week, and he's working 4 or 5 days, I think.
Yes.
So, you know, it's a busy schedule and does a wonderful job where, you know, I think I'm thankful, and you too, Frommer, from being part of this community, is it gets it out in the community, and it's well appreciated by the residents, and not enough time to the crew goes out to say thanks for all their work.
And I don't think people realize, too, when you go to the website and you hit that on-demand library, I mean, I think Paul's got 300 to 400 different shows that you can watch at whatever time you want. The Park Update show is something I really enjoy, too. You know, I don't live directly in the city, but, you know, maybe once a month I'll go on there and click on 3-4 episodes and see if I can have any John Basil sightings for Discover St. Louis Park, and on occasion I do. So,
you know, Mitch, I'll mention one thing about Discover St. Louis Park, since you said it. Bill McMillan, our chair of the board, oftentimes he's an old hockey fan, will watch our games and listen in. So, and he's part of our fire commission here in St. Louis Park. So, just to reach out and hello to Bill McMillan. Bill McMillan, and
Bill, keep those cards and letters coming too.
Yeah, keep those cards and letters coming.
Those large checks are always appreciated. Let Paul know if he'll be sending those, or small. A lot of great stuff with, as those of you who don't know, I don't know how you couldn't at this point, but John, longtime city councilman, really great job with Discover St. Louis Park. He set up the concept for that, and he's really the marketing person. I call you the marketing person for the city. I mean, you're the one out there at shows and trade shows, and on the governor's hotline list when he has a question about St. Louis Park, he pushes the red button and he gets hold of you.
And our city leadership here, our city manager, our council really set up the concept, and I'm just fortunate enough to market it to the city, and it's a lot of fun, as I've said in the past. So yeah, it's a fun city to market.
If you just joined us, stick with us after 2 here. An exciting third period here on ParkTV. We're going to step away momentarily. Don't you dare miss us.
You always made sure I brushed my teeth.
You told me that smart was cool.
You always told me to dream big.
To all of those parents who took the time to make raising their children their most important job, we'd like to say,
thank you.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thanks, Mom and Dad.
This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
All right, we're back here for the third stanza as Chris Leppert giving direction to his Woodbury Royals, and Donnie Williams with some words of wisdom, hopefully, between intermission here. For the Orioles, they're going to come out with their first unit, Elena Basil out there with Molly, and also for the Woodbury Royals as they win the opening draw, and Wallene had come all the way down for them 3. Passes it out front, redirect, and a nice shot by Staffney again, as Krinkle was able to put that and direct that towards net. McAlpine unable to hold it in. Here's Arnson on a 2-on-1. Molly.
This is going to work.
Oh, she went to the forehand and she just didn't quite have an angle there. Good opportunity on the 2-on-1, and Noreen going to redirect that towards the puck, towards the net. Yeah, I believe that, there was this angle there. I'm not sure if she was thinking about giving that up, but she ended up getting a little deep in her angle there, and then she shot it a little wide, but good opportunity there.
Yeah, just kind of slid off the end of the stick and went into the corner. But she had nice speed by her. It was a nice bump up the boards by our defense up to Molly, and then Molly had some nice speed and drove the net, which is nice. Here's be an ice.
Another ice. Here's the Brune Bryant line out there, and you've also got Morris Cunningham now on one side. And is that Anna on the other side? Yes. Yeah, Anna Basil, Morris Cunningham, Lauren Brune Bryant, and back on defense, Bridget Duffy and Natalie Vig. So see if the Orioles might have to play a little more aggressive, but they have generated a lot of offense anyway. Here's Brune Bryant, uses that stick well into the corner. That's Marley, who's battling her on the far wall, taken away by Falconer. Falconer on the weak side did a cross ice pass to her line mate over there, McAlpine.
That was a nice pinch by Bridget Duffy there. And now Bridget put it back up. Beautiful play by Bridget. Here we go. Drop pass. Someone should be calling.
There
nice
it is. Give and go to Anna.
Just need the sticks on the ice in front of the net, and could have had a tip.
Good chance for a redirect there for the Orioles. Anna Basil out there, as the Orioles are going to change their offensive unit, and the Royals as well. Royals with a headman pass torn to center ice, and Leah Schrank tried to step in front of that passing lane to break that up. Unable to do so, and the puck thrown on net, and a couple opportunities, and a nice save again as Twonig had 2 opportunities for the Royals, number 8. Unable to capitalize, but her line mate here.
Yeah, they got their top line out there right now.
Here's 29 again, who's already got 2 goals, Kim Taplin out there. Yeah, this is almost a line mismatch again, like we talked about. The third unit for the Orioles versus the first unit for. We'll see if Donnie shortens the bench in the third period, down by a couple of goals, and perhaps just plays 2 units, or maybe mixes and matches the first and second unit. So I know one of the things that's difficult is with the 17-minute periods. It's not like you and I talked about that I think last year, where back up through the 60s and early 70s, the periods only used to be 12 minutes, and then they went to 15. And
get a little longer. And there's a nice draw win. Come on, Molly, fire that puck, and there we go. That was a nice opportunity. Hit it. Looked like it hit a player, but maybe it was the side of the post there.
Natalie Vig went high on that, tried to get a stick on that. Nice step up by Bridget this time. She's harassed on the backside this time as Wallene trying to make contact with her, and this is Krinkle. Krinkle throws it down. I thought maybe we were going to have an icing, but they do wave it off, and Bridget will circle the wagons behind her own net. Her attempt at a breakout is stopped, but good feet by Molly as she's able to kick that from her skate up to her stick and throw a nice cross-ice pass, which unfortunately for the Orioles hits off the stick, and Marley's able to take that and stop that opportunity for Park. Elena Basil on the far side. Let's see if they can get her the puck. And nice job at that. And she's going to get a stick on it and nicely just push it down. Oh, I thought.
Must have missed it, yeah.
Even a play like that that didn't work. That's still
right.
good hockey.
It's good hockey. Yeah, you can see Elena a little frustrated the way hits her stick against her shin pad. She probably feels she should have got a stick on it.
It was a good quick read by the Oriole blue liner. I don't know if that was Noreen who read that.
Yeah, it was Noreen. Beautiful play to read it. Oftentimes that's called a fire drill, just because the other team is taking everybody off like a fire drill and left the ice, and you can break it out real quick.
Just words of wisdom and a lot of hockey knowledge being imparted by John Basil, our color man, again tonight. John, of course, with Elena and Anna, his daughters out there, and Willie, his son, on the Bantam A team. So he spends more time up here than anyone. And this is Hasselrud getting some offensive zone pressure. She loses an edge and goes down hard in the offensive zone for Park. And the Orioles and Noreen are going to relieve some pressure and ice that here at the 13:27 mark of the third period. Say, fans, just wanted to let everybody know the Orioles take the show on the road this week for girls hockey, as the Orioles and Royals are going to change. But their next home game is Thursday, December 19th, St. Francis, and then Saturday, the 21st, Totino Grace comes to town. Off the face-off win, this puck is thrown. Oh, it hits the inside of Natalie Vig's skate and almost gets redirected into the net. It could have been bad news for the Orioles. Baker going to chip it up.
Chip it out.
Nicely, doesn't throw it down too hard, so no icing going to be called here as Marley's going to regroup in her own zone.
Yeah, Woodbury's kind of got the rotation going in their direction right now. They're matching up their first line. Oh, there it is.
Oh, nice step and go move, and she tries to slam it in. We got a check from behind on. I thought Marley was going to get whistled on a check from behind there, as was that Leah Schrank who almost buried the biscuit. Watch 22 here for the Royals as Leah Schrank, 11, is going to get the puck behind the net. Little stop and go move. Boy, that was nice.
Nice move because she got the goalie moving left to right first, then came back.
It was a beautiful stop and go sequence. So the Orioles got a quick change out again this time. So Royals generally just playing two lines, and the Orioles are still kind of rotating that third one in there. So we'll see if that gives them any offensive zone advantage as we go late. Here's McAlpine with speed, 15, and Staffney with that. It's almost like it's so easy that it's just
for her to use her glove and make a nice save.
Throw it, shoot it harder.
Shoot it hard, me. I got it. Yeah.
Make it harder. I have to talk to Coach Al Wahutka, the softball team. I don't know how the girls are looking for players. If perhaps Peyton could help them out. Always nice to have somebody who can catch well.
Here we go.
Here's Elena. Molly at center ice. 2-on-4 here. Let's see what Molly does. She's going to go to the backhand. She gets some help, and she tries to chip it almost over the top of the net there. But good, considering it was a 2-on-4. Great to get an opportunity there. Orioles with 3 players on the far side of the ice here. And nicely done for the Royals as McAlpine pushes it around here. And then a cross rink pass, this time off the stick of one of the Royals players, as that's the captain, Sarah Wallin, that was knocked to the ice that time. Orioles complete their change. And here's Wallin again. Slightly built Sarah Wallin, nicely done. Nice changes. She just dumps it down. The Orioles are going to swing Lauren Brunbein all the way down, see if they can get it to her. That angle was cut off, and wisely the Orioles just chip it up to Basil. Anna has that corral off the shin pads of one of the Royals players, and here's Falconer again going to the outside as she goes to the forehand. Oh, rips it high. Oh, 2 nice saves. Here's a third opportunity. I think that first one might, I don't know if we have the replay of that, Paulie, but nice saves by Peyton again. And here's Falconer again, chips it. And
he just has that glove, very confident with her glove.
Boy, that was 3 nice saves. And that first one, watch her, she goes, and Peyton's going to take that post here. She slides that Oh, hits her. She was square, and then she shifted back over to the middle as Falconer, and then she got the rebound, and then the third opportunity too. So.
And the Orioles look a little lackluster here in the third, and down by 2, they really have to come out with some jump. They got about 11 minutes left. They probably need to get one in the next 5.
Right.
Make this a ball game.
So this is the Schrank and Evans line out there as well, as you've got Baker out there, third unit for the Park, and here's Falconer. Oh, beautiful pad save. Another opportunity as Falconer has had 4 opportunities in the last minute here. So doing her job and keeping the Orioles in this again is Peyton Staffney. Here is Alexis Baker wheeling and dealing behind her own net with a one-time opportunity stolen away momentarily by McAlpine. One half of the McAlpine sisters out there. You got Mickey, number 6, and her sister Mandy, number 15. Here is number 8. Oh, a one-timer as one of the Oriole players does a nice job knocking the Royal player off the puck. Leah Schrank beautifully knocked the Royal player off. And I don't know if you saw that, but 29, Kim Taplin going for the hat trick. I don't know if we have that on replay, but again, she was thwarted by some good work this period by Peyton Staffney.
Absolutely. Peyton's made some
look at that nice
beautiful save and the rebound opportunity.
And she still threw that right pad out. So I'm sure Josh and another one-timer. Oh, redirected. Nice job by Peyton, able to cover that as she's keeping the Orioles with an opportunity here to close things, and we'll see. Those are tough when you shoot from that close in and it redirect. Oh, back out front again. And there's Taplin going for the hat trick. She has that kick off one of the Orioles' insteps of one of the skates as several of the players form a scrum posse into the corner here. Taplin again working it, and here's Molly Arnson with speed, being pursued by Taplin as 2 of the better players on the ice go hard. Taplin able to knock Molly off that puck momentarily. Molly's pass stolen away.
That was could have been dangerous, but good recovery. Here we go. We got an opportunity.
Molly with a possible 2-on-2 here. She skips it over to Elena. Back to Molly. Molly going to throw that on net. Ooh, just misses as she goes low to the glove side here. And a redirect by Elena Basil almost causes a goal to be scored there as she got just a little bit of the stick on a backhand opportunity there.
Yeah, there was a nice give and go by Molly and Elaine over here, and then a tip that a little bit slow, but had an opportunity to maybe go 5-hole right there, but a nice save by the goaltender.
We should mention both teams still have their timeouts remaining too, so we'll see how the Orioles choose to use that. I'm sure Donnie's hoping they can draw one in here and then use it. Oh, off the face-off, several bodies are hit the ice, and St. Louis Park is able to run a 360, and that is Lauren Brune-Bryan, who does make contact and knocks one of the Royals players off the ice.
Yeah.
So good contact as one of the Royals players is down. I actually watched that sequence behind the net, and Lauren did make some shoulder contact with the Royal player, and I'm not sure the number of that young lady, but we're going to have a break at the 9:06 mark here, the third. Can you get a number, John? Or
we'll see if we can. Here's a replay.
Yeah, it looked like Lauren was just trying to knock her right off the puck here, and I kind of watched.
Puck was coming
yeah,
over.
It could have easily been called an interference. So that is Ashley Krinkle, one of the juniors for them.
Yeah. Looked like a shoulder to shoulder, but the puck wasn't there yet.
Right, yeah, it wasn't anywhere near there. So it was really a break for the Orioles, and we certainly hope Ashley's okay after she had no idea that contact was coming. So
I think Lauren was fortunate the net was a good screen from the official on this side.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So Ashley being attended to by the training staff here, and that's another good thing. John, you know, we talked about that one game earlier, this is one of the first arenas in the area that has the cameras that are able to videotape every game or practice that occurs here in case there's situations with injuries, falls, etc., that if a player does get transported to a hospital via ambulance, you can go to that. Nice to see Ashley Krinkle up for the Royals, and she's getting a nice round of applause as she heads to the bench here at 9:06. But especially, you know, you draw on personal experience in your family for wanting that improvement, and I believe that was something you had asked the association to really consider and go to bat for. So good for you.
It's good for them to have it from the standpoint of not only when that occurs, but the coaches use it for game films. Not always do we have ParkTV here with the cameras, and they can watch game films. They can work on defensive, neutral zone coverage.
Yeah. And that's great technology to put to use, and I don't know if our arena is one of the first to use it. Oh, here's a break. Elena Basil forehand. Oh, thrown on net beautifully. Elena with a great opportunity, but Kaylin Geiser is equal to the test that time. But nicely to see Elena follow her shot that time. And here is Waleen. Basil again, possible 2-on-2 here. She's got some help from a friend over here. She throws it over to, not sure, was that?
Michaela on the wing.
Oh, it was Michaela, okay. I lost track of my numbers here. Baker helping pinch that in for the Orioles as they run a partial change as well. 8:26 remaining in the third period here. If you just joined us, Kim Taplin with two goals for the Woodbury Royals. And unfortunately for the Orioles, there's a young lady not too happy, as Alyssa Meredith is going to throw that down the ice and generate a icing situation for Park. Sophia Nareen talking to her, trying to encourage her, telling her not to worry too much about it. She's being hard on herself. Alyssa only a 9th grader for Park. Her and Catherine Evans, along with Michaela Jones-Klossing, are the 3 freshmen on the team.
Yes.
Thrown on that. Ooh, and that bounced over several hands. And Kim Taplin, no surprise, was right down on that as well. The Taplin unit out there, that first unit, and St. Louis Park has the Brune Bryant line out there with Morris Cunningham. So we mentioned the Orioles with a couple road games before they come back for the holidays. And I know the girls and boys both have holiday tournaments. The boys are going up to Duluth again. I'm sorry, I don't remember where the girls are playing their holiday tournament.
Waseca.
Oh, not too far.
Yeah, not too far.
Yeah, that
should be a fun trip for them, and good opportunity to
bonding. And I'm sure the Basil family will
be there for part of it. I'm sure.
I'm sure they will. Absolutely.
There we go.
And here's another break for the Orioles here. Nice set of hands this time by Falconer, number 7, and she's got an offensive zone chance. She passes it to a line mate, thrown just wide of the net as Hasselrud not able to convert. Hasselrud out there still with Falconer, and this is Falconer on the forecheck, harassing one of the Oriole players, throwing her hands up in the air like she thought she should have drawn a penalty, but no call. And in my opinion, there shouldn't have been a call.
Right.
Yeah. All right, pushed over to the near side here where McAlpine going to cross ice it, and a nice set of feet by Brune Bryant stops that. And kicked high off the dasher board as the Orioles will finish their change. Just 7 minutes remaining here. Orioles with Schrank out front, getting some help. Leah looking for the rebound. She loses her stick, and we're going to have, I think, a penalty whistled. But Schrank lost her stick, and she was slashed to do so. So just what the doctor ordered for Park fans. As you see Leah Schrank going to have the stick right out in front. She's going to have it slashed right out of her hands as she had an opportunity. Probably not a bad penalty either. At 6:55 of the last period, is that, I believe, was that number 10? Oh, that's Shock. Sky Shock. I've always enjoyed calling Sky's name. Shock to the box. So
Here
Orioles power play with 6:55 remaining here. Back to Elena Basil. Arnson and Basil playing catch on the near side. Back to back to
Sophia Nareen on the point. Yes.
Sometimes I get spaced.
Yeah.
Nareen again, gonna throw that in net. Oh, it hits through. Oh, redirect, thrown on net, and Elena Basil, with the redirect, and then there's some contact as Elena was checked from behind, and one of her line mates, I think that was Molly Arnson, said, I don't like that contact you're putting, and Molly put a little follow-up on that. Let's see the replay again as Nareen gonna throw this on net, hits several sticks out front. Elena goes to the backhand, just misses the outside of the post, follows the rebound, and luckily for the Royals, the goaltender able to get part of it on there. But then you see Elena checked from behind, and then nice to see Molly supporting her teammate there, and not going to allow that young lady to be harassed like that. So Park going to stay with their first unit out here as you've got Nareen and Brune Bryant at the points here. Here is Brune Bryant going to hold it in. She's going to hold it in. Oh, momentarily kicks off one of the skates, and they're able to break offensive zone pressure. Minute 25 remaining in the power play for St. Louis Park. As Jones-Klossing unable to break it into the zone here. And we'll see if the girls can bunch it up and get out of that. But Noreen at center ice trying to find some room to run there. And she doesn't have a lot of offensive zone room, and that puck is stolen away again and just thrown all the way down at with 1 minute remaining here in the power play. Partial change for the Royal defenders as it whistled up the near side to Jones-Klossing. Nareen being tied up. Good. a lot of good jump in the step for the Royals right now in the third period. They have a little bit better jump, a nice turnaround shot that time thrown on net by Twonig. And here I believe this is Falconer out there with Twonig again. They put a lot of their best skaters and fastest skaters out on this PK situation, and they really cover a lot of ground. And Hannah Basil going to finish a check. Nothing called there that time, and still 25 seconds remaining in the power play. Falconer again just going to chip it off the boards. And Tamplin along with Twonig out there, and we'll see if the Orioles can generate another rush. Indeed they can, as Brune Bryant going to chip that to her line mate. Oh, nobody home on the near side here. And with 5 seconds remaining in the power play, that's just about going to do it here. And Falconer cuts through 3 Orioles, and she's trying to get through a 4th. Leah Schrank doing a nice job just harassing her on the defensive zone check. 4:48 remaining. Again, Schrank defensively making a nice back check read and chipping it out to center ice.
And Woodbury's just making, they're making sure they keep their top 2 lines out there to protect the 2-0 lead.
Right.
And there's some talented players on that top 2 line. It's making, absent of the power play, it's making scoring opportunities very tough.
Oh, and there was an opportunity as Captain Sarah Wallin from about 15 feet straight out had that hit one of the Orioles defenders right in the shins. Otherwise, she would have had a great chance out front. To me, it looks like, too, the Orioles are maybe, I'm not sure if tired is the right word, or just don't quite have the same jump in their step as they did the first 2. And I wouldn't be surprised here as Coach Williams is really, he has shortened up the bench in the third here. We'll see if he goes back to that first unit again, as he does. So 4:03 remaining in the third stanza. Orioles need to get 1 to cut it in half here as they bring out their first unit against that first unit for Falconer and her Royal teammates. Falconer operating in the offensive zone, pushes it out to the boards, and that's chipped high off the glass behind the Oriole net. Back, ooh, that puck was accidentally almost knocked into the Orioles' own net by their own player, but the Orioles are going to be able to break that out at center ice. And again, here is Falconer out there with Tamblin and Twonig. There's a hold that time by Hasselrud. Wrister thrown on net, and a staff be able to redirect that in the corner and start a possible breakout for the Orioles here. Thrown cross ice, and Elena on a 1-on-4 situation. Going to go right to the middle, forehand, backhand. She's got an angle. Oh, that was a beautiful opportunity considering she had no help offensively. Nicely done.
Nicely to try to get through that, but just couldn't quite beat the goalie.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, as Marley gonna, with some size and speed, works all the way around her own zone and throws it all the way out to center ice. And that's one advantage the Royals have at this time. They can play a little keep away and oh, but a steal by Brune Bryant on the left wing here, throws it on net, and that puck is able to be stopped. Lauren dives to the puck, and Marley going to be able to take that away for the Royals. 2:42 remaining in the third period here. Take a eye, we'll let you know what happens as we get closer to the minute-and-a-half mark with the Oriole goaltending situation. If Coach Williams elects to try to pull the goalie, as the Orioles do need 2 goals here to tie. Orioles able to change again here. This is number 15 McAlpine out there.
Looks like now they're coming back with the Orioles are coming back with their number 1 line, but it may be a little bit too late to go 1-2 at this point.
Yeah, and then Evans playing back on defense, it looks like right now, or Catherine Evans gonna kind of a mix and match line here. Evans out there with Elena. Puck is going to be pushed all the way down, and we're at 1:50 remaining in the game here. And here is Jones Klossing trying to break it out. Here's Molly Arnson going to the backhand. She flies right around. Oh, beautiful blind pass. What a beautiful blind pass on cross ice by Arnson to Elena. Almost generated a goal there, so beautifully done. But unfortunately for the Orioles, Wallin. Oh, Wallin has it stolen away right in front of her own net. Oh, throw it in front. I tell you, that's almost the 3rd goal that Elena's had. Noreen back to the point. Going to fire it on net.
The goalie is out, and we do have 6 on the ice.
So Orioles able to pull that goalie here. 1:10 remaining in the third stanza. Elena with a 1-on-3, and that's no problem for her as she throws it on net again. She kind of likes to be outmanned, it looks like, John. Thrown on net. Oh, another nice screen by Leah Schrank as well. So 1 minute remaining in the third, and that was several nice opportunities by Elena Basil, and beautiful, almost stuffed one in behind the net as well. So
a quick timeout by the Orioles.
Might as well use it or lose it. And for Coach Williams, next to him, Josh Schwartout over there. He's going to gather the girls. Jake Evers also up. All those gentlemen except for Coach Williams are Park graduates themselves. Evers a 93 grad, and then Al Rabine on the far left. Of course, I won't never forget. In 2002, I believe, I went out to watch Park play Edina, and Al scored the game-winning goal in overtime when Park was able to beat the Hornets, who were undefeated at the time.
And it's so nice to have these, you know, that's the one thing you see about St. Louis Park is these people come back and coach, you know, and as you mentioned, the exception of Donnie, all these people are Park coaches. There's Jake Evers, and there's Swarty on the right, the goaltender coach and All-American at Division III.
Yep.
Gustavus, Division III hockey. I mean, and those guys coming up through the Park program. Al Rabine, as you talked about, there's Al on the left.
Great soccer player.
Great soccer player and hockey player, multi-sport athlete. It's just, you know, you see it on the boys' side, you see it on the girls' side, you see it in different sports around the community, how people like to come back and give back to the community and help out St. Louis Park. It says a lot.
You know, and last night we had a chance to visit with Coach Keesley and a longtime Park fan, Steve Greenbush, after the game, and I had Danny Bissonette stop by, who was a member of that old 03 graduating class, and he and John Boyle are coaching the Pee Wee A team, and they are both Park grads as well. So,
well, here we go. We got 6 out for the Orioles with a minute left.
Orioles win the draw nicely. Oh, weak side pass is thrown out front. Elena tried to get a stick on that. Thrown at the net again. Lots of bodies. Elena going to fight that through. Boy, yeah, it's been a scrum out front, and certainly could make a chance. I tell you, when we get the final stats, I don't know if we'll have them tonight, but it'll be interesting to look at the box score in the paper or on Girls Hockey Hub and see a lot of the chances the Orioles have had and shots on goal. I really do view these teams as relatively equal. If anything, it's just perhaps the fact that they maybe have, you know, maybe an extra skater or two are really fast, maybe, you know, but nice job again by Molly and one of those Basils. Do those Basil sisters fight that hard around the dinner table for their chow? As Anna was really whacking at that.
Anna's got to be a little more careful about being in the crease before the puck is, but, you know, they could have maybe blown that and put it outside, so she got lucky there. But it's good pressure right now. You know, they've got a loaded line out there. They got a man advantage, and they're getting some nice opportunities.
Here off the face-off win. Royals able to push it out to center ice. Oh,
good play by Leah.
Leah playing defense there, able to keep Orioles with an opportunity here, and that's going to work. Oh, possible takedown, wave off on the call there. Orioles out front. Oh, not able to get a stick on it as only 15 seconds remain as the Royals will try to rush it down here. And now we are going to have a penalty whistled with Molly Arnson with only 11 seconds remaining here. Possibly could have been one whistled over there, but they are going to get Molly, and that's going to salt the game away here.
Well, the Orioles tried a late push, and they really were lackluster most of the third. They tried a late push about 3 minutes in, or 3 or 4 minutes left. They tried a little late push, and we're going 1-2, and had some pressure, but just not enough to overcome a 2-goal deficit.
It almost seemed like the girls they had some tired legs earlier in the third period, or just, I don't know if you viewed it the same way.
Yeah, Woodbury came out and were running 2 lines and had all kinds of legs.
They had all kinds of legs.
And they were saying, we're going to protect this lead, and kept running their 1-2 and kept coming at us.
So just 8 seconds remaining here. And for the Orioles, they're going to play 2 games on the road before they come home next Thursday, December 19th. Encourage you to, that'll finish it off here tonight for the Orioles. I really think probably one of the stars of the game, certainly that young lady Annette Peyton Staffney, in my opinion, had several excellent. I think she did a really good job in net, and a lot to be proud of there. And for the Royals, you can definitely say that if it wasn't for that lady right there, number 29, excuse me,
but she's a heck of a player, and along with the goaltender, you know, you look at their obviously shut it down. It's never easy to get a Kaylin Geisler gets the shutout, And
Kim Taplin with both the goals, including a beautiful one in the second period where she blocked a shot, went all the way down. Nice to see the girls shaking hands with the officials there. As we mentioned, unfortunately for the Orioles, they do fall tonight, but another highly contested game as well. St. Louis Park drops to 0-7-1 on the season. Just a reminder, go to the gopark.org website if you want information on upcoming girls' schedules. As you see the girls talking about the game afterwards, and nice to see the smiles on the faces. They did close hard, and I really do believe the first 2 periods they battled hard and could have had a different result tonight. So, John, anything you want to close with tonight, or?
No, they're back on the road tomorrow night. They go up to St. Francis, East Bethel Arena, so the girls are right back at an away game. Or less goals.
I was going to say, yeah. And yes, exactly. And if you do want to get, just Paulie's put the graphic up, if you do want to get a copy of this game or look through the on-demand library, go to ParkTV.org. That's ParkTV.org. And there's the number you can call if you want any feedback for Paul or have any questions about ordering DVDs, or just simply want to rave about the quality production and announcing staff that you're listening to. On behalf of my good friend John Basil, this is John Fromm. Until next time, we're gonna say a night from the Rec Center, and thanks for joining us for St. Louis Park Sports.